What's going on? What is going on, my people? How are we doing today? Paulina. No, Pauline. I'm terrible with names, man. I butcher them. I've got to work on that. What's going on, people from Discord? My Discord family, my Real Deal Futures family. What's up, Mario? I know you're in here somewhere. Relaxing Zen, maybe Hydro. I got to call everybody by their crazy Discord names because no one uses their real names. Maybe I'll go back to implementing that so I can call your guys by your real names instead of these ridiculous Discord names. Maybe Andre, Alpha Spark, Meister, my man Bruce Lean, probably in here. Maybe Kyle, who's asking a lot of questions in Discord. Kyle, what's going on if you're on, brother? But going to look to get some trading in here. Jumping on a little bit earlier than the normal 3 p.m. Eastern for Power Hour here for NYSE session. Had an interesting morning myself, man. Can walk you through some of what I had going on. I'm on a fresh 50K here. I like to have just a fresh account to start with you guys. I think that just represents a trading session best. I've got one that I just had to lose some money on that I hit a max profit for the 50K. One that is plus 1,200, and then one that is at a max daily loss limit. Tested some news this morning again. Again, just really interesting in the futures market with limited spread and slippage to see what I could do with trading news. So I messed with that on a Canadian pair, not the Canadian pair, the Canadian instrument. I don't even know what it's called, honestly. I guess just the Canadian dollar index. Messed with that. Was on the wrong side of it, but had some fun messing around with that this morning as well. But other than that, got quite a bit of trading in. For me to hit max profit, I got to be taking on a lot of risk. It was mostly on NQ. I've got myself with these, a stack of 50K accounts from Top Step. You only got a month before they rebill, and they reset at rebill. So essentially, you got a month to work with, all of your accounts if you stacked them up the way I did yesterday. Monday was the last day of the Top Step X deal, the $19 50Ks. So, of course, I maxed out on that, and I had. Before that, I only had one Top Step X account running in profit. So got quite a bit of trading to do. I'm going to be trading, my normal, the same way I trade. I always trade the same way I trade. If I get more aggressive, I'm taking on more risk. Maybe I'm taking a little bit more trades. If I get less aggressive, more conservative, maybe I'm reducing my risk per trade. Maybe I'm being really selective with the trades that I take. On the combines, if you have this many, in my opinion, you've got to get kind of aggressive. I've talked about this a lot just because I know it's what a lot of guys are working on, either with Top Step or Apex or Take Profit or one of the other prop firms. But it puts you in a unique situation with that, month to rebill and then reset at rebill. So I was way too aggressive when I first got started messing with them, just not respecting them, not valuing them enough. Again, for me, not a whole lot of money to put on the line, considering trading against a live account. So you can just get into the habit of YOLOing the account on every trade. That doesn't work too well. You don't leave yourself a lot of room for error. You'll blow a lot of them doing that. But if you trade them really conservatively, taking weeks at a time, it's probably not a good use of time either. So trading the combines as aggressively as I can while still trying to pass them, but not end up with ones that are either in profit and not failed, or just that I haven't traded and get rebuild on them. Along with that, Top Step giving out free resets life candy, so it puts everybody in an interesting situation. So to me, just a quick trade review. This was really, really similar to the last couple days of NYSE Open that we saw. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like I had deja vu this morning. Trend down at market towards market open in the pre-market, testing prior day's low and pre-market low lining up again. And then we really pushed off of this level. We started to push off this level. Sorry for making you guys dizzy. Just want to make sure I'm on, on the right chart and looking at the right thing. I'll hide this and I'll talk about this later. Started to push off this level right away, obviously with some force here. Kind of what I talked about yesterday, not missing the long by, trying not to get involved too early in on the market. Took a small loss on one as this one came back down, saw it push right back up, immediately got long again, and then rode that thing. I was on and off recording. I haven't messed with any content. I've been messing with, been dealing with connection issues. So hopefully I caught some of it and I can make my nice trade recap, hype everybody up on some wins. But this was a nice trade all the way back up to pre-market high, as you see here. Came back towards that. Let's go out to the 15-minute for a little bit better view. Yeah, came back towards this zone that I had marked, not quite all the way up to all-time highs to retest this area like yesterday. I didn't have it in me to hold it. I just didn't feel that we were going to make a run for, for the highs. But so I cut it, fairly early. Could have completely worked against me. As I was cutting it, I was questioning whether or not I was just, kind of bitching out of a trade, as they say, for lack of a better term. Referencing the female dog, not females. We're respecting everybody here. It worked out well because we came back down into the zone. But again, hitting that range, pre-market high as a target, the lows as a target, utilizing VWAP, again, worked really nicely on the U.S. indices, ES and NASDAQ, especially ES. I find it respects it really, really well. And then after that, it was just a whole bunch of kind of higher risk scalping on NQ, some of which just testing whether or not I had connection. This API a couple times had said like API reconnected and the whole screen flashed. So I didn't have any connection issues yesterday. I wasn't part of the outage for Top Step, but this afternoon I was having internet issues and then I noticed some of that. So I'm assuming it's on my side, but I'm trying to grain of salt it to you guys and not take full credit for, running two accounts up to near the max profit, one at the max profit, one at like 12 something. It was a lot of high risk scalping, more trades than I would usually take, and, happened to work out pretty nicely. So, if you're new here, you can ask me questions about my markup. I think most of you guys are probably tired of hearing me go through it all again. But we've got an anchored VWAP anchored over here. We've got an anchored VWAP anchored at the high of day. Once that was put in, I moved it from the pre-market high. What did I do over here? Let me make sure my markup is correct. Yes, today is the 21st. Wanted to make sure that the pre-market high was coming off of a high right here. I saw this on the 1 minute and thought maybe I messed that up. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You guys know I'm always messing with volume tools. Was trying to figure out what a couple guys. I always have Top Step Live running in the background. I was talking about it actually yesterday that they didn't have. They don't have Session Profile HD, which I've used on TradingView, but they do have this, which is kind of the same thing plotted over to the side. What is the actual name of it? Yeah, volume profile visible range. Volume profile visible range. So it adjusts to the price action that you have visible on your chart. You can see if I scroll out and include more price action, the volume will show for all of that price action traded all the way back. If I zoom in, maybe and just show it this, it will readjust. This is, showing volume, giving you a point of control. Obviously the areas of high volume. It's color coded to show up volume versus down volume. Most guys I think just make it all one color. I started to make it gray. I'll probably mess with it, but just to tell you guys what's on my chart, I like to be as transparent as I can be. I'm not using really the TradingView footprint chart since I'm trading from Top Step. I can only have my focus on so many things when I'm trading on the 1 minute, and it's mostly just price action and market structure. So I like to have volume involved in here somehow, and this is a nice horizontal way to do so. You could also use the fixed range volume profile. This is where you would click and drag This is what I had been doing, kind of on and off, just to use something outside of the session profile HD, which is the same thing. Gives you session volume profile, same setup as that, and it adjusts as you zoom in and zoom out. I kind of like it as well. So that's that. I'm going to take it off the chart for now because it's a little bit hectic. Other than that, it is just, I'll zoom out one more time so you guys can see. Horizontal levels, you can call them support and resistance, order blocks, whatever you want, above and below price action. The high and low of prior day, the high and low of the day in pre-market, call it pre-market high and low, pre-market low, pre-market high, high, which is prior day high, low, prior day low, I marked that up. 9:30 a.m. open, and then some VWAPs, just the standard VWAP for the first one. And then a couple anchored VWAPs, that's just used as a projection tool over here. Volume, again, utilizing volume. You anchor it to whatever, starting point you want to anchor it to, and it gives you volume from that. There's a whole bunch of different work on here, work on these anchored VWAPs, kind of like a dynamic support and resistance type of deal. Just kind of feeds into my style of trading with horizontal levels, mainly looking at support and resistance, market structure, price action, and trying to get some volume in because it's really nice, legitimate volume, reliable volume rather than the Forex broker stuff that I was used to in my past life of trading Forex. So a little bit of the trade recap on what happened today, and we can look for some trades here towards the afternoon. I'm between NASDAQ and ES this afternoon. The more I trade ES, the more I like it. It kind of is like watching paint dry. So, maybe the structure is very, very similar, I find. Sometimes NASDAQ is kind of a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker based on what's going on with obviously the stocks that are influencing it, the big movers. But it's just more volatile, so ES has been really nice. I also find, just in back testing in my own experience, ES seems to respect VWAP and anchored VWAP very, very well. And I utilize those in my trading. But, you could see kind of a similar setup from this morning. If you look how we were down below the lows and we started to push off, you could see on NASDAQ, we came all the way back down. If you look at the structure on ES, we didn't. So, again, NASDAQ just with these little bit more aggressive moves, kind of whippier, people say, as a really non-professional way to talk about price action. But, it holds true. Guys were talking about it in Discord yesterday, trading NASDAQ versus ES. If they're getting eaten up on NASDAQ, maybe trying ES is a good option. So if you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. A lot of guys helping each other out, along with me, answering questions, access to live trading, market insights, talking about news, talking about where we are in higher time frame market structure, pre-market analysis. I give you my chart all marked up. I did, I think I did the last couple of days, but I did this morning, the 1 hour and the 5 minute, along with a nice audio message describing what the markup is, what I'm looking at, kind of what we've seen over the last couple of days, and some, what we might anticipate, not forming too strong of a bias, but just being aware of what's going on, news or not going on with news, kind of where we are in the cycle of things, what's been going on. And I wasn't too far off. We really stayed within the range. My analysis was on ES. Sorry for making you guys dizzy bouncing back and forth. We had looked at this consolidation overnight. Not a huge move on Monday, really just a breakout to test the highs, breakout of the pre-market range, that is. And then way back down into the zone, put the low of the day in the afternoon, and then consolidation. I took no overnight trades because this gave me no indication of where we were going. This is very sideways price action. I didn't see a big imbalance that is likely to come down and tap into, or that, we were going to run towards the, upside or downside just based on prior price action. So no overnight trade. And then, what did we get today? Not super exciting, right? Here's our pre-market range put in. Here's prior day low. We're down around prior day low. We pushed off from there. Nice long opportunity that played out really nicely for me. I didn't miss it today. I missed it yesterday completely. You go back and watch the live in the afternoon, you'll hear me talk about it. But did it run all the way? Didn't even come up to test, prior day high or all-time high. Didn't come up to this zone. Tapped into this zone, just tapped it. And then, back down into the range. And now here we are in the afternoon retesting pre-market high. So, kind of that slower consolidating price action. Everybody starts to talk about the summer slowdown. Maybe we're starting to see some of that, but we'll just approach the markets on a day-by-day basis. So ES came back down around VWAP, down right into the middle of pre-market range, right? Here's my pre-market low, here's my pre-market high. Literally hit the middle ground, found support, and is now pushing back up. So this does look pretty bullish. Let's look at NQ, who I was messing with earlier today. NQ's up near the high of the day, kind of the same deal, stronger today, not all the way back down into the range, not some of that downtrend structure, and now testing the high of the day above pre-market. So let's I want to take a look at both. I'll decide which one I'm going to trade on the fly and go from there. But this could be looking good for a long play up towards prior day high, which would be right here. This is Monday the 20th. You could see put in. Again, probably get pretty aggressive risk-wise on these trades. But if you guys got questions, feel free, ask them in the chat. What's up, guys? Thanks for streaming. You got it, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? Welcome back in. Yeah, I'm trying to get some trades in this afternoon session without just taking trades, because they'll usually just end up as losses. If I just start taking trades just to take trades to give you guys some action, that's not really helpful for anybody. It's not helpful for me. It's not helpful for you. But I don't want to just get on these sessions and sit around and talk about the market. I do just have to find some kind of a setup on here. So I'm going to do my best. I'm opening myself up to some NQ today, maybe to find something. And we will kind of go from there. I'm going to go ahead and test this out here with one contract. We've got order in. Why am I taking this trade? Again, strong market structure. We came back down towards the middle of the range, breaking above this anchored VWAP, which I don't care too much about. But we're pushing up pretty hard. We retested. I'm going to go ahead. Let me actually just manage the trade before I give you this recap. Yeah, I'm going to go stop loss. About 60 tick stop loss would be nice. Right about there. Yep. About a 60 tick stop loss in NQ. Nice uptrend structure. Looking at this on the 1 minute, we're breaking above pre-market high. We pushed up, came somewhat near the high, retested it, and we had some nice strong buying pressure, which has since failed. I'm looking at ES over in the corner as well because I was trading that this morning, so I like to know what's going on. Pushing above pre-market high with some force. So I'm going to see if we can continue this run up. I might be buying the high here, and we might start to just trail back down into this area. But as promised, going to try to get some trading in here today with you guys. So we're in a trade. We're in a buy on NQ on the 1 minute. One contract, nothing super heavy, $300 worth of risk. Comes all the way back down to test this area. I'm out. Maybe I'll cut it before then if we start to trail way down here, but want to give it some room to breathe in case it wants to come down to test this area here, maybe just these highs, but I don't want it to come all the way back down into this zone here. I want to see this momentum continue, which it's not just yet, but we'll give it a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and look at a target on this one, since we would be above pre-market, and I would be looking for a break above this level. This is the 5 minute. Yeah, I would really like to see it run towards this high up here. That'll kind of be tentative. We do have an area over here. Yeah, let's look what this looks like on the 15-minute. Let's look at it on the 30. I just like to see what this price action looks like on different time frames. That's fine. We'll look at this zone if we get up that high, if we get into profit, we'll see what happens over here. Just an idea, so we know, hey, we've got a high over here, we got a high wick. This was a pretty strong reaction back down into the range. Maybe that's as far as this thing wants to go. But we will take a look. It's not continuing its blast just yet. But again, I'm in some profit for today. Got another account. Not going to take on an enormous amount of risk with these trades, but I'll get aggressive as far as getting some entries in. Talking about why I'm taking the trades. What I'm looking at. We're coming out of NY lunch here. We got some momentum to the upside. If it was going to continue back down into this range, this was its chance to, right? It found a lot of support down here, tested a bunch of times, and then has since pushed off of it. If it looked like it was going to continue way back down and just trail back in, but we've really pushed off that up above pre-market high. Continue the move. Buyers in control here, driving price up. Looking like we want to get above this prior high level. 772, and come up towards at least this zone to check this area out. Put the high of day here in the afternoon. So we'll let this trade play out, see what we get. Jumped back in on this volume just so I can get an idea of session volume. Yeah, this is a point of control. It might be drawn back to this area before continuing higher, but this is a pretty big move. I'm looking to get just some some nice movement to the upside, breaking above this high and catching a little bit of that move, but not getting it just yet. We'll see from here. If you guys got questions, feel free, ask them in the chat. Do you make different account? Is that beneficial? I just have a bunch of, right now, what I'm talking about on here with the different accounts, I have a bunch of Top Step combines. So a bunch of the 50K Top Step combines. I also have other ones on Tradeovate. For me, they're very inexpensive, like relative to what you would be maybe trading with a live account, considering they're $19. You're going to put on a trade, any kind of mini, 1 point is going to be more than the price of the whole combine. So, I took advantage of that deal, got a whole bunch of those, and, I've been trading different ones. When I come on to a live stream, it's cool, I guess, to show you guys an account in profit or maybe in drawdown. But if I have the opportunity to, I'd love to start with a fresh account, or at least fresh for that day. With no daily drawdown, issue or anything like that. I won't be able to eventually when I've got so many in rotation. I'll just have to trade whatever I'm trading that day. But I don't know if that answers your question. But what's up, guys? If you jumped on, welcome to the show. We're live trading NQ futures here. We're on the 1 minute. In a buy, one contract, not going super swell for me. We'll see if we can get a win, man. I'm telling you, these afternoon sessions, I just haven't really haven't been able to string it together too well. Maybe I'll have to review and decide to do something different in the future, but I'll keep attacking the market to the best of my abilities until I decide to do that. Let's see what ES is doing over in the corner. Broke above pre-market high, coming back down to test it. NASDAQ pulling back a little bit further, but not really, kind of right at that pre-market high level. But we got some risk on in the market. We'll see if we can make this work. I'm actually really tempted to buy again and decrease my stop loss. If this trade's going to work out, I want to see it work out from here. If it's not going to work out, coming back down towards this level is likely. It's just trade management and, your approach, but waiting for a retest of this level could have been a play. I don't like the way this broke above and then came back down with so much momentum. This was a nice break and retest, and then entering on this candle was my move right here. This looked pretty good, so I'm just going to give it some room to breathe. I think if I get too aggressive, too tight with a stop loss, start adding in, I'll end up with a little bit too much risk, and I won't give it the room sometimes that it needs to just wick around before continuing and just try to catch more of the overall move. But if you're on, you didn't catch my spiel, I'll say it 10 times. Join the free Discord, man. Free Discord, live streaming, market insights every day, talking about news, going over what's going on with FOMC speakers, whether or not we got CPI, PPI, NFP, making you aware of that good stuff, giving you some market analysis, talking about all the things that go into profitable trading, answering questions, giving away Top Step accounts. I don't have a giveaway running right now, but last week I announced 6 winners for a 50K Top Step X account, just based on them participating, being on the lives, supporting me on social media, trying to just build a good community where it's based around free, as much free help as I could possibly give out to people. And an option if you want to work with me, one-on-one, really, really hands-on, that's out there. But if you hop in the Discord, you won't see me really talk about it or plug it too much, man. If people are interested in that, they'll reach out to me. They'll book a call, talk to you for 30 minutes. I got somebody I'm supposed to speak to at 3 o'clock. But yeah, man, want to do as much as I can for free. Show you guys what real trading looks like, the good and the bad, man. And the more I do this, the more I really feel good, believe it or not, about showing you losing trades, about showing you the rough side of it, the stuff that other guys don't like to show and don't like to talk about it, because it builds good expectations. If you got a question, ask it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll just yap while we're hanging out on this trade. If there's something to talk about on the screen, I'll tell you about it. But yeah, the more I do this, the more I feel better and better about sharing losses, sharing the downsides, even as a trader who's been doing this for a long period of time. Not particularly Top Step accounts in the futures market, but trading, mainly Forex. But yeah, man, just building up some realistic expectations. The amount of shit I see on social media where it's just the MT4 account with millions of dollars and 100 lots of gold trades running, and the Lambo and the stacks of money and all that stuff. Is that attainable? Sure, it's out there, man, just like any other profession. But if you come at the market with that type of arrogance and expectation that you'll be able to do that in a short amount of time, I just feel like it hurts you. It's not going to help. If you come at it, calm and collective, grateful for whatever, outcomes you're going to have, looking at your losses as expenses, as learning experiences, trying to get better every day without having these profit targets or these huge goals to have to hit, I feel like you stand a much better chance at actually getting profitable. I get people all the time. I talk to different people. Can you trade for me? Do you do signals? Can you pass my prop firm account? Man, the amount of times I get those questions. And I've started to get a little bit more like jaded with my answers individually to people if they ask me so many times over and over again, like, to do the work for them. I got to tell them, like, you're never going to be profitable if somebody else is doing the work for you. And that's just not how this stuff works. You have to learn it. You really have to learn it. If you don't want to, that's okay. I'll be the guy to tell you, but save your time, save your money, man. Go do something else. This is just not it. Someone said there's no get rich quick scheme. There's no get rich quick scheme. Yeah, you're one of the few that portray a real picture of trading. Yeah, man. Look, I'll talk about how this year has been so far for me trading. All that stuff going on with Forex. Go back through my lives. I won't drone on for forever, but made the switch to the futures market. if you go back into Telegram and, back in time on a lot of my stuff with Forex, you'll see some nice profitable trades, trading either US indices with a prop firm or swing trading Forex, some really nice wins on live account. That was with a nice US regulated live account, decent size for me. Turning good profit into this year. I came over to futures, really set this goal to say, you know what, let me put the most of the live stuff aside, start messing with these, futures prop firms that seem like really good opportunity because they're actually legitimate and they're inexpensive to run, all that good stuff. Challenge myself to try to start passing these and eventually, get into, the XFAs and live accounts and be able to turn a profit and do it live, show you guys how it works. It's been slow, man. Like, honestly, for me, I came in, obviously there's a learning curve. I'm on different platforms. You got to test a whole lot of stuff. Sure, trading's the same, but I heard guys talking about it like this. You could be a race car driver, right? If I hand you my car, you're going to be able to go fast, but you might not be able to set the records that you were setting in your own car that you've been driving for the last few years. It's kind of how I feel on some of the platform changes, and really the challenge in the small accounts, being able to manage risk really tightly, adjust my risk management, find the approach that makes sense, that works, and make it not just so I'm scalping to death with high risk and passing that. Make it something so I can come on here, show you guys, explain it, and it's easily, replicated and understood. So it's a lot of different challenges. But for me, that's difficult, man. It's not an easy task to do. Maybe for other guys it is. That's fine. But I came in, tried a different prop firm before Top Step for a while. Came to Top Step not too long ago. You could see when I started trading the accounts sometime in April, I think, beginning of April maybe. I have to go back in my notes. I'll pause that thought for a second. We broke above the high and we're kind of rejecting. This was some nice momentum stepping in. S&P did much better on this push up, came all the way up to test a zone that I had marked. If you go back into my chart in Discord, you'll see it. I'm going to let this thing ride for right now, but I don't love this price action. We are putting the high of day in, so, trade's going okay. But, we start to push down here with some momentum, get below this level. I may look to exit early. If we continue this run up, I'll look to hold on to it. Might not have a massive winner here, guys. I'll probably look to exit around this level if we make it, but I'm looking at S&P, which has been my main focus. And it put the high of day in just now and is rejecting as well. It's also at that first zone above price action that I had marked. So I don't love this price action right now. I really don't like it. But I'm gonna leave the trade on. I'm just describing it to you guys, So yeah, came in, talking about showing you the real stuff and, how it's helpful and expectations, but just, sharing it with you. It hasn't been super duper easy to just flip the switch and jump right into, passing, funded account challenges and making a whole bunch of money. It's been a slow grind. I came in first testing a lot of different things, then trading it really, really aggressive, like I was talking about. Not really respecting the accounts themselves, kind of YOLOing some stuff, trying to find a way to, again, make it work with the small accounts and adjust my strategy in a way that I can teach other people and give you something maybe that you can learn from. I don't want to say copy or use because that's not the point here. And I'm not a financial advisor, and the whole disclaimer. Read it in the description. But it's been slow, man. It's been back and forth. Really nice winning days. Slow days, blow up days, testing new stuff. Like I said, I got one today. One that's at max profit for the day, 1,500. One that's at 1,200. One that's blown up for the day. Negative 1,000 daily loss limit, and then a fresh one that I'm trading. So, it's difficult in that sense. But I think it's important to show that to other guys who are coming in maybe brand new or a couple months into this thing that think, you're going to be paying your bills with this stuff. And it's just not a realistic expectation to have early on, man. Focus on learning, focus on trading on demo. And I will share a lot of the other guys that I see. I follow a lot of the big, influencer trader type of guys. I follow the professional guys, the Top Step guys, the Tom Hogards of the world. I try to pay attention, right? It's my industry. Number one, it's market research. I want to know what they're doing. I want to understand how they're performing. It's not just to compare myself, but I've seen other guys struggle early on this year. I've seen top guys coming over from Forex, dealing with the same BS that I was dealing with, and come into the same type of deal, try to do top step accounts, try to do some different prop firms, and fail. Share that they blow up 20 accounts, got into XFAs, failed XFAs. So I love when guys share that because I think it's super helpful. It's important to understand that even as professional traders, guys that have been in the markets like me for 5 years, other guys longer, decades, dealing with the same type of stuff, blowing up accounts, getting funded and then failing them. It just sets this better realistic expectation than I'm just going to show you wins. I'll come on here and I'll take high risk trades and I'll record and I'll show you, or I won't trade live. I'll call stuff out and then delete it, or I'll just call out the wins and talk about how much money I made. I made $10,000 today, but what you don't see is behind the scenes. I took 40 trades and I lost, 100,000 or something, or, you pull some BS just to entice guys for, to try to sell a course or whatever. So it's just not real. It's not sustainable. I have a conscience. So, if this wasn't evident to you guys, this stuff is not easy. Even as a person who does it full time right now, right? This is all I do. I don't have another job. I've dedicated an enormous amount of time and, in my opinion, missed out on a lot of live trading and profits this year to be able to really refocus in the futures market, to trade these funded accounts, and to do so in a way that might be useful to others, which I really enjoy doing. But this shit is not easy. It's not quick. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it doesn't. Over time, if you are consistently profitable, you let the odds play out in your favor, you make money. It's awesome. But on a day-to-day basis, man, it's non-linear. And early on, it's probably linear, but it's straight down. So trade on demo, set your expectations, right? I am going to hang on to this one, guys. We're up $200 on this XFA right now. I'm sorry, combine right now, 50K combine. One contract. I can't scale out, or otherwise I probably would. We've got ES over here that I'm watching, finding some resistance up to this middle of this zone that I marked out, guys. What do we think? What do we think, chat? You forgot to pick with the Lambo. Nice trade. Yeah, I'm tempted to let this one run only because I got one contract. Here's the other deal with live streaming, right? Like, I want to lock in a winner. I'll be happy to say, yeah, man, we made $250 on the live session. I could close it out now. I'm probably going to hold this one. I think that now we've got some room. Let's focus up on ES. See what we got. ES is got just above high of day and rejected kind of hard. Not kind of hard, just pushed down a little bit. NQ selling off a little bit. This is not a bad target. I'm going to give it a little bit of room. 2 o'clock. I'm going to see if we can push a little bit higher than this. Maybe we come back down, retest this area, and then continue up. Maybe we just need to pull it back a little bit before continuing. But this was some nice momentum, trade going in the direction that I'm trading. If I look at this market, do I want to be short right now? Maybe up here from this level. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to let this one go for right now. I wouldn't let it come all the way back down to my stop loss. But again, you can see how my kind of, target area already hit. Not a one-to-one. But again, talked about probably not catching a huge winner on this one. But would like to see it come up towards prior day high? It looks like it wants to. We've got this structure coming out of the range of the day. Really nice bullish structure. Maybe it stages a big, deep pullback like this, but I'm going to let this thing run. I'm going to leave it on for right now. If it pushes back up, I'll take a look and see what we look like at that point. If we sell off really hard, like we continue to, maybe I'll make an adjustment. Oof, big push down. I'm looking at this set of lows, this pre-market high, as the area that I might want to cut this thing as a small loser if it does come all the way back down here. Again, want to give NQ room to breathe. Don't want to stay in a trade that was a winner all the way back down to a full stop out if I don't have to. Got some buyers that are stepping in to try this thing here. Wouldn't be a bad shot to add and bring a stop loss right up here. Would probably be able to maintain the same amount of risk. Now that we got a nice retest of this level here, the prior high of the day, and just target this area. Kind of missed my opportunity to do that. Right here would have been the add in. But I'm just going to hang out in this one, see what we get. If this is going to continue, I want to see it come right back up. We start coming back down hard, I might duck out of this one. Just actively manage this thing. $105. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We blast down below this level. I'm out. I'm only leaving $150 on the table for this one. And if we start to come down here without continuing this push up, I might cut it. I'd look to cut it around break even, honestly, from this point, if I caught it. Sometimes NQ just has a massive move, and you don't get that opportunity, which is why we use a stop loss, right? We're sitting here managing it. We don't want to let it run to zero, but you move your stop loss, and then you say, hey, look, if it comes back down there, that's it. That's my invalidation level. This is my new invalidation level for this trade. We need to come all the way back down here. I think it's likely to come lower rather than just continue up and go higher. Let's look at NQ, ES rather. I'm sorry, I'm on NQ. Usually have this reversed. Same deal, kind of pulled back and is now pushing back up, at least trying to. Let's do a little zoom out, look at structure. Make ourselves comfortable. Hey, look, we're following this nice uptrend structure. There we go. Momentum coming back in. So here's my game plan now. We don't break this high and we come back down off this. I want to be out. I held it this long. I want to see the continuation to the upside. But I'm going to go stop loss to break even on this one. Risk-free trade because, again, if this is the momentum coming back to the upside, this is my read of price action and market structure. Can it come back down here again and then blast off? Sure. But here's buyers trying to take this thing higher right now. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, and it looks like now we might put this lower high in and come down. If that happens, I want to be out before this low. If we continue higher, I'll get a close somewhere up here. But that's what I'm going for with this trade. So stop loss placement, trade management, it's thinking out, maybe describing to yourself in a journal like I have sitting right here, that I do journal all my trades and write it out as it's happening when I'm not trading live with you guys. Understand, why am I moving my stop loss? Why am I going to break even? You saw how long I waited. I moved it up slowly. If this, then that. You don't have to predict, but if something happens, how are you going to react to the market? So again, I'm in it now. I'm in profit. I don't have conviction to say that the move is over. It's done. It's definitely stalling, but sometimes that happens before it blasts off. It came back down to my entry and now is trying again to continue. We put this nice low in. If it needs to put a lower high in and then a lower low in, that's really breaking this nice bullish low time frame structure, and I don't want to be in the trade anymore. That's the reasoning for going stop loss to break even, right at this level, a little bit above, just so we end up not taking a loss on fees or anything like that. But I'm glad we got a trade in here, guys. So you can see the active trade management. You can see the stuff work out. You can understand why. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them. I haven't looked at the chat. You forgot the pick with the Lambo. Yeah, nice trade. Zach, the real deal. Appreciate you guys. Move the stop higher. That's how I would have done it also. That's why I said move the stop higher. Yeah, man. You could trail the stop. My man in the chat's not wrong. I like to give these a little bit of room to breathe. This doesn't look great right now. I'm gonna give it its time, and I'll take the stop out rather than the $150 win, because I want the $350 win on this one. And I think price action can do that. It's not giving me an enormous reason to close right here, but trailing your stop loss higher as you go is definitely a good strategy. It's a good way to do it. Maybe on this first push I'd be doing that, but this thing's trying. I'll manage it accordingly. Higher stop loss. Again, appreciate you guys jumping on. If you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord, man. What are we doing? What are we doing if we're not in the free Discord? Yeah, buyers trying this thing. They're trying to do it. Again, like I was talking about, as we just popped off this level when we first came down, a buy. Yeah, I don't like this. Last chance, NQ. You're down below. Pick up some of whatever you have to pick up and go. Otherwise, I might look to duck out of this one and just take my $100 for right now. Need to see buyers step in here, or we're starting to get invalidated on this trade. Again, reading price action, reading market structure. Sometimes you do it well. Sometimes you close the trade right here because it looks like it's coming down, and then it blasts off, 200 pips because an FOMC member opened his mouth. So, it can go both ways. That's the way I like to describe it to you guys, but this doesn't look great. That last candle close was okay. Got my finger on the trigger to duck out of this thing. It doesn't look wonderful. Yeah, gonna cut it here.
Order filled.
Gonna cut it there. End up $62 in profit for right now. I don't like this price action at all. We got a lower high getting put in right here. It looks like we're coming down with some momentum. Kind of the same structure on ES. Again, if these things are going to follow through, yeah, see, look at that coming down. Look at that. Strong. Okay, let's look maybe for another entry here, though, before I start explaining too much further. I still like this long. We start to see momentum to the upside. I'm going to jump right back in. I'm looking at it testing maybe pre-market high again. 1 p.m. No, we don't have anybody talking right now. 11:45 was member bar, so I don't have anybody right now speaking. Got some volatility though. This looks like it may be it. Again, this would have came back down below my entry, stopped me out for 0. Not a whole lot. Left $200 on the table, not closing up here, but was doing that in anticipation of this nice push higher with all this momentum. Nice pullback and continuation, but lower high, didn't come back above. Same price action on ES if I'm looking at it. Very, very similar structure. ES is low, broke below. We can actually just look at it. It's very, very similar. Let's see what we're looking at here. Failed to break above this high here, came back down below towards pre-market high. So let's see what happens from here. Now we're getting kind of rangy. We don't have as nice structure. Maybe we are forming some downtrend structure. We start to get below this low with some force. We could be in for a move lower. I would like, where's my nice arrow? Is this the path? No, it's just the arrow. There we go. I think something like this is possible. Break down below this low right over here. Maybe come all the way back down into this level down here, and then a continuation higher. I think that's very possible. Maybe we want to come all the way back down towards the middle of this zone again. Don't have too much time for that towards the end of the day here. So I do take that into consideration, but let me know what you guys think. Give me your opinion. I promise you I won't use it at all in my trading, but I'm always interested to hear what you guys think if you're looking at NASDAQ or S&P. Let's stay a little bit more zoomed out so we can look at this volume. Oh, we had some people. I think it's going to test the 12 high. I'm guessing the 12 o'clock high, you mean? We're looking at like this right here. Waiting for 18,760s. Boom. I got you. Right below to aim for a long. Yep, that's exactly what I was looking at with that last drawing. It's actually the first live that I'm not trading, just watching. Got you, man. What's up, Mario? Back in action. Yeah, so to your guys' point, I think a pullback and then continuation is definitely a potential. I'm still looking long, right? Like if we look at this market, it's not headed down right now, right? Like today's price action isn't to the downside, so we don't want to be looking for shorts when we zoom out and look at the entire session. When we look at the zoomed in 1 minute, in the more recent last couple hours of price action, it's also nice and bullish. So we've got, nice time frame. We also are lining up with the overall go long America because the U.S. indices always go up. The super high time frame analysis. So I like longs on this. I just want to be entering with price action with momentum. Like we saw, this gave me a nice reason for entry. Continuing to push up after coming off down below this level, not breaking down below, not trading back down into the range. Break and retest, pre-market high, gave me a level to trade off of, and then a continuation up. Had a nice target here. On another day, this runs, another 200 ticks higher, and I close out right here, and everybody in the trade goes, what an idiot. This guy can't hold his trades. So no harm, no foul there. But I'm going to see what happens from here. I think below this level is likely. And then I want to see if we see a nice, continuation, a push up. We can go stop loss somewhere right down below there and then, target a higher high. But we'll wait for this to stop selling off. Maybe we don't get there. Maybe we blast up from one of these levels here. ES looking a little bit stronger. Not really similar price action and market structure, but see if we can't get another trade out of this one. But what's up? If you're on, we are live trading futures here on Top Step X. This is a 50K combine. This was a fresh one before I started today. Took one trade right from this level here, made it up to about 200 something bucks in profit. Closed it out near break even, just above. What does that say? Cool. As price was coming back down, held it all the way back to entry here and for continuation up. Didn't get that, failed to break the high, and now we're kind of trailing back down. Obviously we're on the 1 minute here, so, grain of salt it. This will be a nice candle up when you look at the 15 minute and then a quick pull back. Maybe we're going to just continue up from here. But let's see if we hold this this push higher, or if that's going to be the high of the day, and then we're going to trail back down towards the middle of the range, which wouldn't be too far off. If you look at something like yesterday, let's NASDAQ really didn't come too far back, but yeah, you see what happened here. All the way back down, and then just kind of trailed up towards the end of the day. We look at ES. Look at the move on ES. Strong push up at the open. Trailed around here. Wasn't pushing higher like it is in the afternoon here. It was actually kind of coming down, but sold off really, really hard all the way back down. So, we got to be aware of that stuff having the potential to happen. Yeah, this looks like it wants to come lower as well. Let's keep it on NQ. I'm okay with that for now. Trading maybe one contract at a time. We'll keep it on the 1 minute. Let's look at the volume for the whole day, or I'm sorry, for the session. There you go. This is coinciding with all of this price action right here, which is the start of NYSE session. Point of control right down here. Big area of volume, so I do think it's likely to want to get pulled back down to this area. Maybe just below this low is going to be enough for it, but we'll have to see. Cool. From what I've seen, ES is a bit more docile, while NQ has the same movement, but way more violent. Yes, I would agree. I would agree completely. ES is a lot slower moving, just when you look at the chart. It trends a lot tighter. It doesn't have as big wicks up and down. It doesn't, pull back and extend the way that NASDAQ does, especially when you're staring at lower time frames. I see this pushing down. I'm not going to take any kind of aggressive buy on this. I'm going to watch what happens, and I'll come in a little bit late to the move. But yeah, ES, I like it. I also, again, I find it respects the levels, maybe just because it doesn't have that big whippy price action, those big violent moves, a little bit better. It'll bounce off of levels without blasting above or below and, taking out a bunch of area on the chart. So you can get into trades and have your stop a little bit tighter. Again, lower volatility, so it doesn't move as quickly. Maybe it doesn't give you the opportunity that you need to pick up the wins, but I've liked it. I've liked it for the 50K accounts. I feel like I can use multiple contracts without taking on too much risk. NQ can get really aggressive with the 50Ks. It can absolutely destroy them. If you're not careful. If you're scalping, if you're using small, tight stop losses like you're going to see me do here, 50, 60 ticks, you're okay maybe with one contract. If you want a YOLO account, NQ is great for that. You want to pass it, try to pass it in 2 days, or fail it, NQ is going to be your guy. But, it's also just preference. Everybody's going to like something a little bit different. Their approach, their style of trading is going to be different. But ES in the morning session at the open, it moves enough for me. I like the way it moves. NQ, just a little bit too aggressive if I'm on a 50K account. And I really do like to trade with multiple contracts so I can scale, mainly scale out, but I can scale in and out of positions. Yeah, what did I miss in the chat? Hop in the Discord. Free game. Yeah, man. Free game in the free Discord. Higher. Lambo. Yeah, man. I'm thinking about making some thinking about making some more funny videos. Like I like making the memes, joking around. It's usually about whatever's going on. Like yesterday's was you know, please wait, let me tell you something for the Top Step X account because I kept posting that so much. So, you know, I don't know if anybody else finds that stuff funny. They do pretty well. They honestly almost do better than the videos of me actually trading. Some of the memes do really well, especially on YouTube Shorts. But I might make some funny videos, man. Me with a whole bunch of stacks of cash, you know, joking around. Oh, I can't hear you, and then let you know that it's not from trading. I just went to the bank and withdrew cash, or it's fake money, you know. Or get in front of a super sick cars with a, you know, an MT4 terminal with $1 billion, and then just tell you it's, you know, it's a rented car, or it's my neighbor's car, you know, like, you know, satire stuff like that. You got to be able to reach people. I was talking about this with another guy who kind of does what I does. Seems like he really is another legitimate trader that just is sharing what he's doing. You know, you have to be able to reach people. So if I'm so boring on here but I'm showing you the real stuff, maybe nobody ever wants to watch it. And then I never actually help anybody because nobody watches the content. So you do have to make it entertaining, right? Nobody wants to be sitting on Instagram and just constantly reading the dictionary. You know, that's like the analogy. So you do have to make it fun. But I like to do it in a way that is actually helpful in building realistic expectations that will enable people to try to get profitable. You know, that's the deal. Showing you nice stuff. Listen, I got nice stuff. You know, showing you it is not going to help you out whatsoever. Showing you me traveling or you know, or having a bunch of money, not really going to help you out. I actually thought of like when I was starting this to like share some of the successes that I've had before I started sharing my trading, just to have something to look back on and say, oh, hey, look, man, just so you know, before I ever posted a video on Instagram or YouTube, you know, I'm fine. But you know, whatever, I don't care. Everybody's gonna call you a scammer and a you know, a scumbag anyway, so I don't give a shit. You could decide for yourself, man, and then, you know, that's your opinion. At least I live in America. You can make your own decision and think whatever you want. So we're down below this level, really tight trend to the downside here. Tapping against this VWAP that I really don't care about anymore. This was nice to say, hey, once we started to break above this level, maybe it's time to get long. Maybe it's used as a dynamic resistance over here. I'm going to leave it on there just so we could see, but really it would make sense now that we've broke below this low, if I was going to anchor one, to put it over here. But I'll leave it just to see how it's reacted to. Again, a lot of the stuff I use on my charts outside of market structure, price action, and horizontal levels, the discretionary trading that I do, it's kind of like experimenting with in the futures market, trying to get some volume, you know, volume tools on my chart. So I just, you know, like to share that. Yeah, that's actually really funny. I turned, yeah, it's, is it Alex G? Yeah, thanks, Alex G. Somebody posted my Discord. It's me live trading. He's got it on his phone, and then he scrolled down to the related videos, and it's Alex G holding a Rolex, a stack of money, or at least $100 bill. Oh, and it shows I turned $100 into $19,806 in less than 30 days. That's the type of stuff. Thank you, Alex, for posting that, man. That's actually really funny. You know, like that's it. Like, and here's what I'll say. Probably that guy probably did, right? He probably did. What he didn't show you is he probably blew, or maybe he says it in the video, but he says it at the end, or they kind of just, don't full disclaimer it, but they get you in with the hook. He probably blew a few $1,000s before he hit the winning streak, trading super high risk with $100 to turn that into $19,806. Or he's just blatantly lying, but he probably did, And I see that guy's stuff. I see that guy's content. Some of it's actually kind of helpful. From what I've seen, I think he shares some decent stuff, especially for beginners, just the kind of the market structure. But the way that guy specifically goes about selling you on, day trading as this way to get rich quick, I don't think is helpful, man. Is it possible? Can you end up with all these Cybertruck that dude's got and all these cars and stuff? Sure, but is it really helpful for somebody who is new to trading to see I turned $100 into $19,806 in 30 days? Unless he starts the video with, "Hey guys, just so you know that I'll have to watch it. That title is straight clickbait. Don't try to do that. You'll absolutely fail. I blew, $5,000 doing that because I had to try with $100, 50 times before I actually hit the winning streak that I needed to do that." There's another dude who I seen that did something like that actually shares that. Oh man, I forget the guy's name. I think he trades futures or options, and then he did it in Forex. And he was like, "Yeah, just so you know, like here it is. I blew like $10,000 a couple times, like or whatever it was." But yeah, man, you got to reach people, right? So sometimes maybe it's a title or a cool flashy thing. You got to reach the people, or else you're never gonna be able to help them. But setting super ridiculous expectations, or making it sound like you're able to do that on a consistent basis, you're 110% not. You are not, for a fact. If I hand somebody $100, the best traders in the world will not turn it into $20,000 in 1 month without blowing it a few times or getting very, very lucky. You cannot do that on a sustainable basis. So that stuff is just funny, man. So we're back down below this level, right? We came down into this area, the 60s that a couple guys in the chat were talking about. A little bit of buyers stepping in right here. Maybe it's a break and retest to come back down to the zone. This isn't doing it for me, guys. This is not a trade to the short or down for me at all. I want to take another trade. I'd like to continue, unless I was going to load up and start scalping, which I don't want to do, because it usually ends well or poorly pretty quickly, and honestly, not super sustainable. It's reacting pretty nicely off of here. If you got in at 60, maybe this is the move. This is just this was too far of a trail down, and not really hitting a zone that I like. So I'm gonna miss this. It looks like it wants to run all the way back up. Ooh, ES is pushing harder than NASDAQ. So check out ES's chart, since I'm already late to this party. Look at the reaction right off of pre-market high. It's why I use the levels. You guys can use whatever levels you want, but it's hard to not notice this stuff. Does this happen every day? No. Can you turn $100 into $19,000 just using pre-market high and pre-market low? Definitely not. But yeah, you could see how these levels are really respected, in different times of the day. Very, very interesting. You could have picked up, if you were trading super aggressively, buying into selling pressure. A lot of guys do that. They take cheap trades, stop loss just below this level, catch the quick move. You're able to do that. But this is just not it for me yet. What the hell is this? Not in the right area. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to wait to see what happens here, guys. I don't know. Here, maybe this is the break of a pre-market high again, retest, and now it's just going to blast higher. This doesn't look terrible for a trade with a stop loss just below here, because if it comes all the way back down, it's invalidated. I just don't have a lot of confidence in this one. And I'm applying some intuition and discretion because this is not a bad setup. This is something that I could take. All right, get out of here, volume. Bothering me now. This is not a bad setup. I just don't know if NQ and ES have it in them to put another high of day in, or if this is going to come back down. I'd have to risk about 50 ticks to find out, about $250 at the minimum to find out if it's going to. And I stand to make, $350, $400 maybe if we get a $500 if we get a break of high. So it's not a bad trade. It's just not doing it for me. And again, I'm watching ES as well over in the corner. We kind of got this downtrend structure. I mean, we got to break above. Not bad. Usually if I'm conflicted the way that I go back and forth talking about this stuff like this, I just kind of sit it out. I'd rather just miss the trade. That's my way of approaching the markets. Anchored VWAP, go back home. If I'm not like, you saw me put this one on, I was waiting for it, talking about it, and then I'm like, everything clicks, so it's time. If I don't have that type of conviction, and it doesn't always work, but you've seen a lot of losses. But if I don't have that type of conviction, usually I've found that those trades just are more likely to not work out, and I'm better off just sitting them out. So we'll hang out. We'll hang out, man. Yeah, not sure about this. I hear. To be honest, I called 60, but changed my mind after I saw equal lows on 54. Hope it sweeps and then push right above it. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It might blast off. It very well may blast off from here. And if you said, hey, Zach, you got to take a trade right now, it's long, right? And stop loss, down below this area. I'm not super sold on this one. So when I'm not super sold, I get out. If anybody else wants to trade it, be my guest. Again, doesn't look bad. You could be buying right into this momentum. Not looking terrible. Obviously buyers and sellers balancing out right here. It looks like it wants to continue the move, but I'm not. I don't want to put $250 on the line to find out if it's going to work. Could probably get away with 200 to find out if it's going to work. But I'm not sold on it, so I'm going to hang out. Yeah, man. Realistic expectations. And again, one thing that I'm really that dude, again, I said it, his name's on there. It's Alex G. I don't want to bash anyone, man. I think I'm sure he does a lot of good stuff. I know he's got like a Forex prop firm. They're still running with MT4 and MT5 and stuff. I'm sure he'll never watch this video, but if you do, hey man, good job sharing your stuff and doing what you do. I don't want to bash anybody else for doing anything unless it's absolutely super negative, So just talking about that headline and the the setting of expectations, I would have to assume in the video somewhere he says, anybody can do that. Not anybody can do this. You have to have money, and I can do this because I've been trading for 10 years and, something along those lines. If you don't, and you imply that anybody's able to do that, and you have a strategy that, can mimic those kinds of returns, then it's questionable. But, yeah, I might do some fun stuff like that. Like start the video out with like jokes like that, and then right away, tell you, guess what? You'll never do that. You'll never be able to do this. All this money that you see, it didn't come from, what I had it before, whatever. You get the point. But yeah, man, it's something interesting, when you approach. when you approach trying to help others in this day and age, or just putting your stuff out there and wanting to be able to get views on it, being able to connect and build a community, you have to be able to reach people. And you have an idea of what people want to see, because you can do the research yourself and you see what gets views and what doesn't. You see what people engage with and what they don't engage with. And you have to try to toe a line between doing whatever you want to do, which is, cool, do it your way and show what you want to show, and recognize that maybe you have to give the people what they want a little bit while still keeping things real, like the company name, and actually showing things that are beneficial to people in this space. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I see a lot of guys' pages, a ton, man. So many on Instagram and YouTube that put out such solid information and value. I mean, you got some of you guys might be in here already. There's a dude in the Discord who runs his own community. Really, really great stuff. Real, showing you it, live, talking about wins and losses. Showing you how they do stuff, and they just don't have a lot of traction. They don't have a big following. People don't watch the stuff, and I feel that it's because they're not opening up with Lamborghinis and yachts and Rolexes and big stacks of cash or girls, whatever it is that's enticing people to watch, which has nothing to do with trading at all. It has nothing to do with managing your risk on NQ on the 1 minute chart. It's just the vision, the dream, So if you need motivation, follow a motivational page for that. If you go to a doctor's page, it's usually not them on a yacht with stacks of cash. It's probably, a boring medical video about how not to kill someone while you're doing surgery. It's actually going to help you when you're doing surgery. So anyway, interesting though, very interesting. So if I don't get views because I keep it real and I tell you that this stuff's not easy, or it's not showing you enough big wins because that's just honestly what's happening, so be it, man. You can absolutely make a ton of money from trading. You can make an unlimited amount of money. There's so much freedom and flexibility. Your own boss, you're running your own business, all that great stuff, man. But that, it should be obvious to everyone at this point. Yeah, chopping around here, kind of just ranging. I'm glad I'm not in a trade right now. We came all the way back down. Didn't break below this low. Maybe we push up from here, but I don't know what this is. This is not it for me, as the kids say. NQ looking worse. Lower high, again. Lower low if we're looking at just this really, short time frame structure. I say that because this is the 1 minute chart, so it forms the same, but grain of salt it for like the big move of the day. What's happened in the last 20 minutes on the 1 minute chart usually doesn't determine the entire day. So I'll watch NQ. Maybe we get something. I don't know why the anchored VWAP keeps coming and doing that. Just for fun, I'm going to anchor some VWAPs. We'll take a look at what happens. This is a bunch of BS on my chart, to be honest with you. I'm not even going to do it. I can't stand looking at it. That's about how much patience I have. I watched what happened with this one. Maybe we find support, and that that holds true for a nice break above trade and support, but I can't. I can't with the VWAPs, man. And the last thing I want to demonstrate is that anything on the chart is magical or is going to help you, make some enormous amount more gains or find this, massively valuable edge. I just can't. But if you guys got questions, ask them in the chat. If you're still here hanging out, I appreciate you being here. I got about another 20 minutes before I got to hop off and have a call with someone that somebody booked. If you're interested in talking with me about your trading and maybe getting more help with your trading, maybe not, maybe just you want to chat with me for 30 minutes, and get some help because you're considering getting more help with your trading. I don't want to open it up to everybody and their mother because I'll be on the phone, I'll be on Zoom all day, not being able to actually trade. So I'm giving you the preference. But if you want to talk to me, hop in the free Discord and ask me some questions. I also have a way to book a free 30-minute call with me to talk about your trading and decide if a more hands-on approach to working with me that costs money is helpful for you. But again, I could care less if you hop in the Discord. I'd actually encourage you to hop in the Discord and not buy anything and just engage and get some help, ask questions, share your chart, share your trade, share your journey, how things are going for you, the good and bad, and don't ever worry about buying anything. Yeah, this is looking interesting, man. Tap this low again. It's looking kind of weak. This amount of price action, the way that this traded, this is it's not super encouraging that we're going to run up and put a fresh high in here. This read all the way through was good. I'm happy with the way that I read everything. Clipping it here obviously would have generated the most profit, I think, in the long term, trading that way. Not going to generate the most profit, taking the stop outs or the almost stop outs like I did on the way to catch more of the overall move is going to be the way to do it. So I'm happy with that trade. And we're just going to hang out for a little bit longer and see the next 15 minutes. My bro in the chat. Favor. We talked about this yesterday, my man. You were in here. Why are you making me repeat myself? Maybe there's a language barrier. If you're in Discord, ask me in Discord, and I'll write it out for you, and you can use Google Translate. But I told you, man, I'm not going to do the work for you. I appreciate you asking questions. In earlier videos, I was doing Forex, and I was asking people for their recommendations for pairs to look at, but we talked about this yesterday and the day before, man. I'm not just going to do analysis for you and give you my opinion and tell you what to trade. So I appreciate you asking a question, but I don't appreciate you asking that question. So please don't continue to ask and demand the same thing, or I'll just kick you, and I'll make sure that you don't come in here and spam the chat. Nobody asked me in all caps 100 times when the giveaway is. Yeah, this again, less convincing. Not market buy. Less convincing on any direction here for me. Back down to pre-market high. We looked like we were going to try to push off of it. And again, I think a lot of traders obviously had the same idea. Right from these 60s, 57 to 60. Nice reaction. Buyer stepped in, but really couldn't carry it higher. Trailed off again, and just this really slow moving trail to the downside, kind of rangy. This isn't a big amount of a range. Is less convincing for a trade one way or the other. So I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit longer. If you got questions that aren't do analysis on AUD, NZD, or whatever the question was, feel free, ask them in the chat. If you want to know about how I trade on these, if you have questions about my analysis here, risk management, psychology, those types of things, not whether I have a girlfriend, or not, dumb personal questions that don't have anything to do with whether or not you should go long or short on NQ, keep those to yourself. But yeah, maybe we get some move. Again, data comes out. Stock market guys, stock market boys. What is the data? Drawing a blank here, man. Market on. Yeah, MOC, market on close orders. They come out at specific times in the afternoon. I think it's 350, something along those lines. But they start dropping, and that's a lot of volatility. I don't have that data. I don't pay attention to it. I just pay attention to the charts. But I'm aware that there's drivers behind the increase in volume and volatility and trading right towards the end of the day. That's why I like to trade it. But today, we got it in a little bit earlier. There we go, man. You look like demo traders. You looks like demo traders. My man Favor, I knew you were going to spit some hate at me once I told you to go get on the charts yourself and do analysis. What else, man? What else you got to say about me? Let's hear it. Look at the demo trading that I'm doing, guys. So this is a demo account because you could see here it says 50K and obviously a combine that I said that I was trading here. I literally trade live, whether I'm trading with a combine or with real money or fake money. You can decide for yourself whether or not I know how to turn a profit in the market because I'm on here trading live almost every day. But yeah, I figured you were going to spit something like that. Listen, man, it's okay. It's all right. I don't want to argue with you. I just wanted to tell you the same thing that I told you the last couple days, very respectfully, and that I even spent time on the video doing the GBP USD analysis for you. So if you have anything else, man, share it now, and then I'll kick you. But I figured you were going to get mad about that. Listen, man, if you don't want to do the work yourself, save your time, save your money, save your energy. You're never going to make it happen. Not in trading or anything else for that matter. But I'm here to teach. Obviously, this is not a signal group. I don't structure in a way that would be a signals group. I share all my trades so you can see how I trade. You must cut your hair because you are not clean. That's the best you got, brother? I heard worse than that. I heard way worse than that. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Listen, Favor, man, you're not doing too good, and I got to kick you. If you want to hop back in, at a later date and actually get some help with your trading, not by me doing analysis for you, but you actually follow along, I'll give you the opportunity. But outside of that, I'll see you later. Get him out of here. There we go. Yeah, he's gone. But yeah, enough energy, man. I like to be patient with people. I really do. I know everybody comes from a different background, and maybe you were paying attention to too many $100 to $19,000 videos before you came across my stuff. But I try to be patient with you. But if you go back and watch the live, the guy was in there yesterday or the day before. I did the analysis that he was asking for. He kept demanding the same stuff. It's just funny, man. Just funny. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off in about 5 minutes, guys. Get him out of here. All he wants to do is copy trades. Yeah, man. Let me give you guys some advice for the guys that want to copy trades. Ready? It'll never work. Never. You can have somebody, manage your account for you, maybe like a real financial advisor or something like that, and you're good. You'll never be able to copy trades from me or a signal group or anyone else. Any kind of latency you see, even from a guy like Tom Hogard who trades live and uses a zero type of a super low latency stream specifically, so people can follow along and maybe copy his trades if they want to, you'll never make it work. For a couple reasons. One, you'll never be quick enough. It'll just all the time matters, especially on low time frames. You'll never be quick enough. Two, you'll never have any conviction in those trades. You don't understand what's happening behind it. You don't understand the risk that you're putting on the market and why. You'll never be able to hold the trades the way they hold the trades. You'll duck out early. You'll consistently mess it up. I've never seen anyone do it that way. And lastly, and most importantly, you are making yourself 100% reliant on someone else. You know nothing if you copy the other person. You can't do it without them. You are useless as tits on a nun, as they say. And I don't like to be blasphemous, but it's just a waste of time. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with me. It doesn't work with anybody else. Don't waste your time. Oh, man. What the hell? How come I couldn't ban you? Put user in time. Market will solve you all. How do I kick him? I removed him, I thought. Or maybe I'm not in YouTube Studio. Here we go. Bye-bye, my man. I'll see you later. You're not here to learn. You're here to copy. We talked about this multiple times. Maybe there is a language barrier, so I'm being patient with you. You sound like you're from a different country. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that's cool. But you're taking up everybody else's time and my time. So I'll see you later. There we go. Yeah, bro. So yeah, copy trading doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's a waste of time. Don't waste your time. Not for me, not from anybody. Again, there's people that run run stuff as specifically as signal group, but copy, it never works. Never. Most of the time, the guys trading, are just turning a profit or not turning a profit, and that's with their exact entries and the way that they're trading. It's never going to work, man. So don't waste your time trying to copy my trades or anybody else's. Learn for yourself. That's what we're here for. At least that's what I'm here for. Yeah, just a bunch of rangy BS. Sideways price action here. Let's check ES again. Cool. Well, we got one trade. We made a whopping $62.20. We won't spend it all in one place. Not a whole lot of moving the needle today. Ended green, I guess, near break even, but this was pretty much it. This wasn't giving me a sell signal to take this to the downside, and this provided no good trading opportunity. Straight chop, would have been eaten up here, or at least just been sitting in a trade in small profit or small drawdown. So I'm going to leave this one as is here. I'm going to try to figure out one day why that anchored VWAP keeps messing up. But guys, if you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. If you found this video helpful, like the video. I'll be back on tomorrow. Again, I'll do it a little bit earlier. I'll probably get a morning session in here one of these times. You'll find out about it in the free Discord. But thank you to everybody except for Favor, Shipalani, for being here. And hopefully you found this useful. I'll talk to you guys in Discord. I'll see you back here live tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.